Hey guys, welcome back to my channel. If you're new here, I'm Deanna and I'm currently a software engineer for one of Canada's top 5 banks. And today I will be telling you 3 things that you should be doing or should do in university to help you land a job in software engineering or software development. Before we begin, if you're not subscribed yet, consider gently smashing the subscribe button as it will give me more motivation to create videos like this to help you land a job. Also, turn on your post notifications so you're the first person to know the hottest and juiciest tips and tricks of landing a job in software development or software engineering. A little bit of background about me: I have been working as a software engineer for just under 4 months, so I'm new to my role and I have gone through the recruitment process not too long ago. Second is that I am involved with the recruitment team, so I would consider myself to have a strong understanding on what they are looking for in a potential candidate. Just a disclaimer, all the tips and tricks that I will tell you will come from my own personal experience, not necessarily from the company that I work from. So with all that being said, let's just jump into 3 things that you should do to land a job in software engineering. So first things first, do side projects and do lots of them. In fact, do as many as you can without hurting or affecting your GPA so much. Now, side projects are essentially projects that you do outside of your coursework, and they may be projects that you are passionate about or just interested in. In my perspective, there are 3 types of individual projects that you can do right now. So I would definitely recommend this to anyone, but I would highly recommend it if you're in first year or second year of university, or if you're just starting out and learning how to code. And here are some examples of projects that you can do. You can do web development to show off your portfolio or to do anything with it really. Second is to create a mobile application, whether on iOS or Android. And the third thing would be just to create a simple algorithm like a calculator or even a mortgage calculator. If you are struggling to start out, whether you're stuck, you don't know what to do, you don't know what IDE to download, there are tons and tons of videos out there that you can get for free that can teach you how to do these projects step by step and guide you along the way. And I would highly recommend for you to do some. And on top of that, feel free to put these mini projects that you've accomplished on your resume and maybe talk a little about them when you get a chance for an interview. The second type of side projects that you can do are collaborative projects. These projects are essentially projects that you work and collaborate with other people. By doing this, you're actually going to learn how to use Git. I think it's important, especially in the role of software development. I think it's really important because in the industry, you're not going to be working alone on an application. You're always going to be working on a team, and learning this before you actually go into the industry and integrate with your team, you're actually going to know how to use it and have ease on using Git. And the third type of side project that you can do is one that you actually get paid or get compensated for your work. It may be a position within your university that you contribute to. It can be a research position, and it can also be for maybe like a non-profit organization that compensates you, or maybe, you know, like it doesn't matter actually if you get compensated or not. The most important thing is getting that experience. But hey, if you get compensated, even better. So for both collaboratives or paid opportunity, it actually doesn't matter for the compensation. I mean, it is nice to get paid once in a while, but I think it's the experience that you're getting from it and also the relationship that you build with your team members. And it's very beneficial in terms of landing a job next, because your team member can vouch for your work, and if they know a position, they can also refer you and have good word to back you up. And with that being said, those are the 3 types of side projects that you can do. If you guys think about more side projects that you can do while you're in university, please comment them down below. I'm curious to see what you guys think, or if there's any other crazy ideas that could potentially get you a job. So tip number 2 is networking. I don't know how many times I need to say this, but you do need to network a lot. And in my opinion, being in university is the best place to network and make connections. I'm pretty sure most of you already know this, but if you don't already, here it is. The ultimate secret key to landing a job faster and easier is through networking, and also depends on the people who are in your network or people you already made connections with before graduating. You know, when I was still job searching, I thought I could just get in any position, or like maybe not like the higher ones, but like maybe I could get into the low tier ones with my resume and just my resume. But boy, I was wrong. It was definitely networking that got me to my first ever position. I mean, I don't think I did networking properly, but at the end of the day, it's the most important lesson that I've learned so far, is to network. So if I ever have the chance to do it all over again, this is how I would have done it, and this is my advice for you as well. First things first, go to all of the events, career fairs, hackathons, you name it, you be there. To have a productive and meaningful networking session, you actually need to be active. And what do I mean by that? Before you actually go to any networking event, please promise me one thing. Please come prepared to these sessions, whether it be virtual or in person. First of all, make sure that you research the people who are coming. Make sure you know the companies that are gonna be there, and also if you have enough time, go through their website and actually look for maybe job positions that they are hiring for. But most often than not, they will have more positions available that are not in the website. So keep an open mind and ask for other available opportunities that they may have. After going through all of these great networking sessions, you should have a list. And that list should contain the name of the person and what their position is, and also the company that they work for. You can also connect to them in LinkedIn. That way you're kind of connected professionally. And it's also easier to message them there rather than having to get their email, although getting their email can be quite useful too. The next thing you want to do is actually narrow down the people who seems to be of value to you. And what do I mean by that? I mean, you want to talk to people who has a role right now that you're potentially interested in the future. That means that maybe you want to be in the same shoes as they are when you graduate. And you also want to look for people or individuals who you see has a potential in maybe mentoring you or coaching you to guide you to the different career paths that may be available to you right now, but you know, you need more guidance in these. So I think that having a mentor can definitely provide you guidance of where you want to go, what things you can do, and you know, just general self-improvement. Now, after you've selected these individuals, what you'd want to do next is to actually reach out to them via LinkedIn or maybe an email and ask them for a coffee chat. Nowadays, people can do virtual coffee chats, so you don't even have to go out of your house to meet this person. Now, I know that some of you may be thinking, I don't think I'm worth this person's time. Maybe I'm just wasting their time. Maybe they don't want to talk to me. It doesn't hurt to try. And I can tell you right now, most people are more than happy, or they may be flattered that you ask them to be your mentor. But take note, before asking them to be your mentor, make sure that you actually know the person quite a bit, because if you don't know them and it's your first time meeting them, it may actually be a cause for them to reject your mentorship proposal. So just to keep in mind. But other than getting a mentor, talk to a lot of people, make impressions, have your elevator speech ready. Actually, one thing that is really important is your elevator speech, although I didn't make one in university because I didn't network a lot. In university, you don't go there to actually learn. This is just my opinion, by the way. You go there to make connections. This is one of the reasons why Harvard is expensive for no reason. It's to have a network that are full of elite people. And only after I graduated has it ever occurred to me that you pay for the connections that you make in university, not necessarily the title or the degree or the GPA, although having those can be actually helpful and nice as well. But yes, definitely don't pass up on the opportunity to be able to network with a lot of people. Before we head on to tip number 3, comment down below what year you are in university. That way I can create content and videos that can help your year specifically. And that leads us to the last and final tip, which is tip number 3, and that is to do interviews all year round. And it doesn't matter what year you are in university and what semester it is and what your current GPA is, The only thing that matters is that you are trying to knock on the doors of these opportunities that may be available to you now, and if not, could open a door for you in the future. Doing this could really be beneficial because you're going to be able to earn skills such as being able to tailor your resume to a specific job post. And on top of that, you're gonna have a resume that is ready to go to be submitted for when you see an opportunity that arises next, or if you see a job posting that you really want to apply to. Previous to this realization, dumb me didn't think that it was important to keep in touch with the recruiter, but I do have an example of when I kept in touch with a recruiter. So back then I applied to this one company and unfortunately I didn't get the position that I applied for. But then a couple months later I went to a career fair and saw the same company and the same recruiter, and I was honestly surprised that she remembered me. So from then on, my application process was a lot smoother than if I just met her for the first time. So it's really beneficial to keep in touch with a recruiter or the recruiters you encounter. So that is it for the video. I hope that you guys find this helpful. And if you have other tips on landing a job in software engineering or software development, make sure to comment them down below, as I know it will help others out as well. But before we end this video, I would like to say that we are almost at 1.3 thousand subscribers, so it would really help out if you can subscribe to my channel. And with all of that being said, I'll see you in my next video. Bye! Darling, you